fundamental biological aspect, that is the molecular biology. So this molecular biology basically works on a central dogma, or we are seeing it as a central dogma of life. Now, this molecular biology paper we are going to study in second year of BSc Biophysics for third semester. So, in this molecular biophysics, molecular biology paper, we are going to study the central dogma with detailed description of DNA replication. Then, after successful replication, DNA undergoes transcription, and a translated RNA is transcribed RNA is translated into a protein. So this is what we are saying as a central dogma. So if we draw this central dogma in this molecular biology, we are saying DNA, which is genetic material for most of the organism. So most of the eukaryotic organism are having DNA as their genetic material. Now, when this DNA is replicated to form its copy, we are saying it as or it is known as DNA replication. So as a process suggests or name suggests, DNA replication. So replication or just synthesis of multiple copies of an DNA is known as DNA replication. Now this process, if we define this process, it is nothing but a synthesis of DNA from DNA with the help of one functional and fundamental enzyme, that is a DNA polymerase. So this central dogma of molecular biology contains a first step, that is DNA replication. So after DNA replication, DNA is transcribed into different types of RNA, or more specifically, if we are saying mRNA, it is known as transcription. So DNA, when it is transcribed into RNA, or synthesis of RNA from DNA with the help of RNA polymerase, is known as transcription. So this is the second fundamental process of central dogma of molecular biology. Now, when this RNA, once it is synthesized in a nucleus of an eukaryotic cell, then it is transported or exported to the nucleus, from nucleus to the cytoplasm of cell, and in cytoplasm this mRNA, after successful processing over mRNA, that is splicing, which contain removal of intron and joining of exons, then 5' capping and poly A tailing. So after successful, or when we are getting RNA from immature to mature state, it goes under a process of translation known as protein synthesis. So the process of translating a protein from transcribed or a functional mRNA is known as translation. So here we get replication, transcription and translation are the fundamental three basic steps for defining the central dogma of and molecular biology. So in a summarization, if we take this central dogma as replication, transcription and translation, or DNA synthesis, RNA synthesis and protein synthesis, so at a conclusion we can say it is a central dogma for molecular biology. Now first in first unit or in unit first of this paper we are going to discuss DNA structure and DNA replication. So to know the DNA replication, it is very important to know the DNA, its chemical nature, its physical factors which are making a DNA structure stable, and what are their functions. So DNA and DNA replication, as well as how this DNA is accumulated or wrapped up in our chromosome structure with the help of histone protein. So that we will see in a chromosomal arrangement or organization. So in unit second we are going to discuss transcription, where synthesis of RNA from DNA with the help of RNA polymerase enzyme. Now this RNA we are getting from a DNA with the help of RNA polymerase enzyme, and this process is known as transcription that we are going to study in unit number 2. So in getting an RNA, as we have already discussed that, so from DNA we are getting RNA in the nucleus which is in an immature form. So as you know that this nucleus is having pores or a space to transport or to export and import the nuclear material as well as cytoplasmic material inside and outside the nucleus. Now this RNA is an immature RNA. So this immature RNA have to be processed to become a mature RNA. So if we consider this as a immature RNA, so it undergoes a basic 3 mRNA processing, that is 5 prime capping, second is splicing, and third one is poly A tail. So after getting these 3 fundamental mRNA processing over immature RNA, that RNA become a mature RNA. So do not get confused with messenger RNA and mature RNA. So I am saying it as a mature RNA because it has 5 prime cap. It means that at this 5 prime end it is protected with a protein cap to avoid the exonuclease activity, and at 3 prime end there is a poly A tail to avoid the degradation of RNA from 3 prime end. Now What is a splicing? As we have discussed already, this splicing is nothing but joining of exons and removal of introns. So introns are non-coding part which we have to remove to do not get interfere with the protein synthesis. That's why introns which are non-coding region we are removing with the help of splicing. So in transcription we are going to study synthesis of RNA, that is with the help of RNA polymerase, as well as mRNA processing. So mRNA processing are nothing but 5' capping, splicing and poly A tail synthesis. Now after successful transcription or after getting a mature RNA, mature mRNA from DNA, in unit number 3 we are going to discuss a mechanism of protein synthesis, that is a translation. Now after having a mature mRNA, this mRNA binds with a very functional 2 subunit structure known as ribosome. So here a ribosome is synthesizing a protein with the help of addition of amino acids according to the code or a triplet code or codons present in a mRNA. So we can say that here in DNA replication, DNA polymerase is an enzyme to synthesize a DNA. In a transcription, RNA polymerase is the fundamental enzyme to synthesize RNA, and in translation, a ribosome is acting as an enzyme for synthesis of protein. Now, what is happened actually in a translation? So, as we know that we are having 5' to 3' RNA or mature mRNA. So here we are having a sequence of mRNA in which there is a sequence of ribonucleotides. Now in ribonucleotides, this triplet of nucleotides defines the codon, and according to each codon there is one specific amino acid is coding for the present code in a mRNA. So as we know that we are having 20 amino acids. So some are aromatic, some are aliphatic, some are acidic, some are basic. So these amino acids are combined over mRNA sequence with the help of ribosome according to their triplet codon code. So likewise, now such example AUG, which codes for an amino acid methionine, and GUG, suppose it is coding for amino acid X2, then ACG, which is coding for amino acid X3. So amino acid methionine binds with X2 amino acid, X2 amino acid binds with amino acid X3, and here it is forming a bond which is in between 2 amino acid, is a peptide bond. So this bond and binding of amino acid with respect to codon present in mRNA is happens or is occurred in the process of translation with the help of a ribosome. Now this ribosome is having small unit and large unit. which is defined as, or which is composed of RNA plus protein. So that's why it is a complex of RNA and protein with two subunit defined by 60 years, again 50 years, and according to prokaryotic and according to eukaryotic, there are two type of ribosomes with different subunit. This subunit S is defined, or this unit of subunit S is defined by Swedberg unit, which is used in centrifugation. So this ribosome here, the point of at a conclusion is that is responsible for to carry out the translation mechanism from an mature RNA to protein synthesis. Now, in last, or in unit number 4, we are going to discuss a very important technique, that is RDT. Now, what is RDT, or how we can define RDT? It is nothing but recombinant DNA technology. So, what do we understand by recombinant DNA technology? Or we are saying that it is a RDT. Now, it is nothing but genetic engineering. So, as we know that engineering means there is a manipulation over existing model. So, in genetic engineering, what we are doing, we are manipulating, or we are changing the original setup or original genetic setup of a particular organism, and we are making that organism commercially to increase its production, to increase its gene expression, or in some cases we are, or in some disease cases we are mutating that gene expression to avoid the expression of unwanted protein. So recombinant, as its name suggests, DNA technology. So, or in simple way we can say that this is a original genomic set of an organism. We are removing a specific part of a genome with the help of restriction enzymes. Then a very important part in recombinant DNA technology that we will discuss in unit number 4 with more detail. So we are adding the important part, that is gene of interest. So this is gene of interest, which we want to express in a host organism. So in host, we are saying host H or host, we are removing a specific gene with the help of restriction enzyme, and we are adding gene of interest with a specific ligating enzyme. So when there is a gene expression of this set of gene within a host cell, our gene of interest will also express with a specific RNA and specific protein. So likewise, in any heterogeneous system, we are expressing our gene of interest for to make a medicinal benefit, or to make commercially production of protein, or to treat the different diseases, or we can produce a biologically important, agriculturally important product from this gene of interest. So likewise, in a very important and fundamental paper molecular biology, we are discussing basic processes, that is DNA replication, then transcription, translation, and applications of these three fundamental biological processes. So here we are discussing different applications according to the field, according to the commercial importance, according to the need of an hour within a modern ages. So in next lecture we will discuss about DNA and DNA replication. Thank you.